Greetings. This is Class Games Redefined. My name's Rich, and what we're doing right here is we're looking at another one of my games. This is a how to play video for a game called N-A-R-O. The letter N and then I-N. And no, excuse me, it's in N and then A and then R-O-W, N-A-R-O. It looks like narrow, and if you see the board, it's kind of narrow. But it's a 4-in-a-row line drop game. The object of the game here is you're trying to either... We're going to use the black pieces just to show the win condition. And I'm going to leave them on the board. I'll show you what it was. You're trying to get 4 in a row this way. And the board starts empty, by the way. Or you want to get 4 in a row vertically like that. Try to get 8 in a row this way. Okay. Or score 6 points. And I'll explain in a minute bit like this, how this works here. So. Okay, this is a win. There's going to be variants. You'll find the rules. So anyhow, we have 1 left over. So if you manage to form this 4 in a row that way, or this way, it's 8. Or if you get 6 points, you can do it. What we have here, just to show you, that if you form a 4 in a row like this, it's worth 1 point. If you manage to get 5 in a row, that way it's 2. 6 in a row, 3, 4, and then it's a win by getting it that way. Anyhow, what it was is that the start of the game, I'm gonna do the following. Let me pull everything off and put them over here. These I will move to the side. Okay, we're gonna just move them out of the way. I'll bring them back on the board in a minute. But so you see that you're going to score, and what's going to happen after you manage to get 4 in a row? They come off the board, and pieces will come down, and everything on top of it will slide downward. So what you can do is, let's start with black going first. We go a little bit Asian usually. It seems the West prefer white piece before black. You can play see if you see 12, you can play the standard red and white, red and black checkers. I'm just using red and white because of contrast. I'm probably going to switch over to red and black in a future episodes, but for now, anyhow. When a piece enters the board, it starts up on top. Remember this part up here. And actually, I'm going to move these a little bit to the left or right, so... Actually, hang on, let me turn a second. I will end up doing this, and hopefully it picks them off. Good, it does. This way the letters can be off. These aren't on the board yet, and that was an interesting drop, but I know. You slide in, and they go all the way down. Like, imagine the board was turned up 90 degrees, so it acts like that there. So, the very first move, we'll pick one of the columns, it drops. This is the first 2 moves by both players. Somebody enters it anywhere. Next turn, next move, the other player, the white player here, player with the white pieces, will drop a piece. It can either drop it here or here. Adjacent is not on the first turn. In future turns, you could drop on top of a line, but if you were to play in a corner like that, the only place he could play would be here, and see it would slide in like that. After you do that, let's say he drops here, because he wants to get in the middle. He would then drop here and here. Then it's in any spot they have. Pretty much any time, any spot where the pieces are. You would drop it. At this point in the future moves, you're not allowed to play if you're not either on top or to the side. And let's do the following. Another thing, too, about a move. You would normally drop, you're still on top. Let's go here and say... Mind you, you're moving 1 piece per turn. So you would slide in like that there. Okay. Then this piece is not allowed to enter in that way. If, let's say, for example, this were out, then it would go here. Okay, let's just play this out. I'm going to actually set up something like this. White. He plays like that. White plays like this. Diagonal doesn't count in this game here. And let's say black plays here. As that, remember what it was is that when you take the 4, 5, 6 off in a row, everything slides down. It could be anywhere. If you had 4 in a row this way, they would slide down. 5 that way, 6 this way, whatever else on any of this, they would slide down. Also, one more thing that happens, that once these pieces are getting the board, you're going to be taking a piece off the bottom and entering it in another column. You can't, like if I took this one off, I couldn't enter in 6, I could enter anywhere elsewhere. Okay, let's do that. And then black plays like this here. And you'd want to also have a way to track scores. So yeah. So then I'm just going to play it like this. He slid in, as you saw the top, remember that here. Then let's say he does this here. And then white plays there to block. Then black will slide up like that. And the other thing is when you do the removal, you'll enter the piece on top and then everything slides down. So let's... Okay, we have 7. Okay, ooh, that's not right. I have too many... I don't have enough pieces on the board. That's 6. So white goes. So white will play here. And then black. You're alternating turns doing sliding at once. So like that there. Then white will go here. White could pick out a spot to go. Well, I guess white will go like that. Now you can't enter a piece in the 5th column. So now black goes. And black will pick another spot to go. Guess we'll come in here. Trying to play both sides, play a little bit strategically. And then white would go in here like this. Black's going to decide what's going to do. Black will go here. And then what it was is another thing that happens here. I'm going to give you the George Ponzoni variant. He came up with this when we were play testing. When you do, and I will mention it again when we do, when you get a number n in a row, you have an option to remove it, or you can wait to build the score up. But, anyhow, it has a little bit more strategic depth, so anyhow. Okay, we have that. So white's going to go here. Like this. And then... because it was block if you saw 4 in a row. And then black will go like this here. Then white goes where? Here. I guess we'll drop up there. Black will go. And I'm just going to drop it here for blocking. That's not, doesn't count here. It's only vertically horizontally, not diagonally. So then white can go here. No scores yet. So then black has to decide we're going to go. Black will go there. And then white will go here. Question I want to have here regarding this is that now black is going to have to remove one of their pieces. If he had none on the bottom, black player, he'd lose the game here also. So now let's see what we're going to do. And... if I pull that, you'll form a 4 in a row, which be actually interesting. I'll show you how he does that. So these are going to slide down now. So they all slide down one. So you know what I'm going to do? See, this board makes a nice scoreboard. So what I'm going to do here is let me open up the chest. Oh, not notepad. Open up the chest. Come on, close. There we go. Let's do the following. And you'd be playing this I normally play on a half a checkerboard. I have the annotation for use purposes. You can play it that way. Let's go into here. We will pick a white pawn. I just noticed this. So we pick a black pawn for the scoring mechanism. So that's useful. There we go. So we'll have it that way. We create it out of nothing and then just go ahead. So now white scores a point. We'll move it here. So he does this. So, wow, look at this disaster. And if you happen to do that at this time, note there was a 4 in a row on top there. Okay. The moment you notice it, if you missed it, and I probably missed it a turn or two ago anyhow, those also score, so he gets another point. Black gets a point. Black thought is being clever. So, And by the way, yes, you can score on your opponent's turn. They all scored. So now everything, pull of gravity goes down. Like this. Have them slide down 1. This is here. Comes into block. These 2 then go down like that there. And you're going to play to 6 points. So now we did a pull and replace. And next up, black goes, let's say, here. And actually, black did that. So I believe black went. Bear with me if I got my turn order wrong. So anyhow, go white. Let's say white goes now. Does that. And he could do that, just to put pressure on that. So if he pulls that one and black comes in and wins the game, so white will go like that there. And then black will play on top here. And then white goes. White will play like that there. Black may allow it. Black's probably not going to block that, because if he's foolish enough to do it. So anyhow. Actually, black will play like that on top. Now, white's got to decide where we're going to go. White will play, set that up. And we'll do that just to stifle it off. And as you see, black's getting a little bit vulnerable. Go here. Now, white decides to do a tit for tat if that comes across. And so now black has to play somewhere. Black's running out of move types. So black needs to think in terms of what is he going to pull and set up something, because it'll cause a cascade effect. Exactly what I'd want to do. So. And we'll drop that like that. Now white goes. Okay. White will play up there. Black now has to pull something. So, yeah, black will go here like this. Re-enter. See what it was, how it does? He goes in. Down these pieces will slide down. They slide down 1. Now white has extra pieces left over, so white can make a decision where to go. White will play here, I guess. Now, black has to pull another one of their pieces. Black's going to have issues, so... Oh, black will do this. Black pulls this piece here, causing... Oh, black doesn't want to do that, because if black does that, then white will come across and win, so... White will pull that. Mind you, I've lost track of score. I think there was some other scores going on here. But you can put pawns in on the bottom and track it that way. So, anyhow, black will do that and enter here. Now, these slide down like this, and they go down 1 like that there. And if we're playing with the delayed variant, you could choose not to have some score. But, anyhow, so white will now go. And has several options. White will play up there. Okay. Black has issues. Black is forced to do something. So black has to then enter in another space. Even if it wasn't blocked, couldn't do there. He's going to play there. So then white player will come over. Go down. Actually pulls over. Oh, he saved himself. So by the result of that here, he pulled it, moved it over there. These pieces now come off, which neutralized that, but gave him another point. Then these pieces slide. Actually, all this slides down. So you're seeing cascade effect that happens. And you drop it there like that, which at this point will then give black another point like that there. These now slide down. There's a gap here, which happened because they went in. So, anyhow. Now, that black did that. Now, white has an option to go somewhere. White can decide where to go. Anyhow. And then, white will actually threaten this. making black play up here. So it does that. Now white would go here. And that's another 4 in a row threat. And black will play here like this. And white has an option. White can set up something else like that there to get 2 more points as opposed to 1. Then black is going to have to start thinking about where things are going to come down. So we'll do that. Black messes that up. So now white's got to play someplace else. So let's see. What are we going to do? We'll play down here. So as you see, this has less components than you have in Connect 4. Less spaces and everything else. But I would debate, you know, I'm the creator of it, has more strategic depth than regular Connect 4. So actually, we don't want to do that. Remember, I have to play. By the way, if this piece wasn't here, you weren't allowed to play in the 8th column. That's another restriction we have. So I think in terms of what's going to get pulled. Oh, actually, you know what? White has to block there, or there's going to be hurting on their hands. So next up, black will decide what to do here. So I guess black will play there. And if he pulls it down, then we'll play from someplace else. So anyhow. So next up, white need to pull from something. Okay. This white will pull this and put that there. This now falls down. Now black has to pull from someplace else. Fortunately, black. If it pulls that, white's going to pull from another place and put it on top of there. Black will end up... You know what? Black's just going to screw with white. Now, yeah, black will play there. Could have played for the points, but chose not to. So, that goes like that there. Now he's threatening a 2-point thing. So, now white's got to go. And white will pull something. He has to decide where to go. We could pull this. And we'll slide on top and create another one. That's another piece that's pinned. Because he has the 3 in a row on top. So, we go like that. That slides down like that because he had to pull. Now, black has to pull a piece. Question is, which one is he going to pull? He's running out of options. He could pull this, which he will. And slide it in somewhere. Like that there. Now the game's winding down. So now white's got to pull something else. So white only has this piece. So he can enter it in somewhere. This is the only option that white has. Now these pieces will come down. We're reaching an endgame soon. These slide down. Now black has to pull from somewhere. So black will pull this. Like, boy, black will play out here. Simply because there's risking getting the 4 in a row. So he goes down like that. Next up, white decides to pull something. Oh, look at this. Now this was recognized, so that would come off. White scores a point. And there's 3, I believe he's 4. Totally undermined his... Yeah, actually he lost both of them. So now black is in place to actually win here. So next up, black will go ahead and pull the piece and put it there. There's one advantage by having a piece on the board. You get to actually have cascade effects. So now where does white go? White's going to go ahead and try to reconstruct what he had there. Now black needs to pull something. Question is, what does black want to pull? I guess we'll pull this. And we'll enter it over here. And then these can slide down like this. Like that. And that's that. And now white's got to go. White doesn't pull from the board now. So white will reconstruct by doing that. Now black's got to pull something in. Question is what? Man, look at the beautiful combination. We could force white to play, but white isn't an issue. Okay, let's do the following. I'll pull it from here. And drops it in that way. Now white plays. And I'm getting into the game of playing myself. That's crazy. We could drop it anywhere. I guess we'll set that up. And now black needs to pull from somewhere. I guess we'll do that. And he will enter it here. Now these slide down. Like that. Bam. Okay, next up. White's got one more piece left over. And it goes on like this, and you're going to play till you get 6 in a row, and you pull, and you could run out of places where it deadlocks. So anyhow, I had a Facebook chat, so... Okay, that's it. I played this long enough. Wow, went over 20 minutes. So anyhow, that's it. I do want to thank you for watching, and may your die always roll 5.